Hey guys, what's going on? It's Vic here, back with another Madden 23 rebuild, and there are rumors sprouting about how Jalen Ramsey could potentially be going to the Lions or the Dolphins, but the bigger news is that he's not even worth a first-round pick according to PFF. So, in this video, I'm going to be trading for Jalen Ramsey, only a second-round pick, to acquire Jalen Ramsey on this Detroit Lions team and see how far we can go with him. First off, I noticed that Amon-Ra St. Brown is an X Factor. He shouldn't be that. He should be a superstar because, my bad, I messed that up at the beginning of the video because I simulated it to the end of the season instead of starting at the end of the season because I don't play online. I only play offline because if you play online rosters, the rosters just crash all the time because the game sucks. But this is the team. We got Jared Goofball, who is actually very good this year. People compare stats to Josh Allen, but never compare the rushing stats. He was good this year. I would easily say he was the top 10 QB this year. But my problem with Jared Goff, the Lions need to address it, is restructuring his contract. I mean, he only has 2 more years left on it, but $30 million a year. Yeah, I don't know. Jamal Williams, great team player. I would say he is better than DeAndre Swift. There's a bunch of DeAndre Swift fans out there. I was a fan of him going into the draft, but honestly, he's let down my expectations. Amon-Ra St. Brown's been a beast. DJ Chark, I think they should re-sign. Jamison Williams. I honestly don't know who this guy is. Shane Zystra or whatever. I don't know who he is, but apparently he has star dev. Sorry, Lions fans. But looking at the O-line, looks absolutely amazing, and I really don't need to improve much other than maybe the right guard. And then defensively, Malcolm Rodriguez, Aiden Hutchinson, who is a superstar, Romeo Okwara, Charles Harris, or is this Charlton Harris? No, it's Charles Harris. I was correct on that. And as you can see from the defense, we do not have Jalen Ramsey yet, Amani Wario, Jeff Okuda, and Mike Hughes, Deshaun Elliott, Kirby Joseph, and we need some more edge rushers along with Aiden Hutchinson. Maybe with that top 5 pick this year, the Lions can draft Tyree Wilson or something. But Malcolm Rodriguez has been doing pretty good in real life, so I will promote him to the starter over Alex Anzalone. But let's see the 2022 retirements here for the Detroit Lions, who are the NFC North. And Carlos Dunlap retires on the Packers. Okay, interesting. Players ready to negotiate. Let's see what we got here. Jamal Williams doesn't want to be here. It happens in every rebuild for some reason, how he doesn't want to be here, when in real life he would be. Deshaun Elliott, I'm gonna overpay for this. I do want Deshaun Elliott on the team, even though he doesn't want to be here. Mike Hughes, yeah, I'll give him a 3-year deal. I'm cool with this, and he wants to play for a new team. Bye, Mike Hughes, don't need you. Jamal Williams, I'll give you, man, he's 28, he's gonna regress. Can I just pay him a buttload for like a 2-year contract? Yeah, no, he doesn't want to. If he doesn't want to be here, realistically, he would re-sign with the Lions, and the Lions would love to have him back. But Madden, of course, they're like, no, he's not going to do that. What's his motivations? He wants a different scheme fit, and he doesn't want to be in Michigan because he wants no state income tax, but he likes the big market. No state income tax, I can't do anything about that. I can't change Michigan's legal state laws, so sorry. DJ Chark, I do think they are going to re-sign him. I'll give him this deal, and he does re-sign. 3-year deal. Monty Warie, I do think they would re-sign. But again, it's just he doesn't want to be here. He doesn't want to be here. I'll pay more money. Doesn't want to be here. I can't do anything about that. Alex Anzalone, same deal. Justin Jackson, all these guys. Yeah, I don't want any of these guys. They just don't want to be here. If Jamal Williams wanted to be here, I would for sure re-sign him along with Amani Oruwariye. I offered Mike Hughes, and he doesn't want to be here, so I'm not even going to fight with him. Anyways, it's now time to move into free agency. So I'm going to have to force this trade through, but I'm trading away a 2nd-round pick and a 3rd-round pick for Jalen Ramsey as a punter. I'm going to change him back to defensive back, but Jalen Ramsey is now on the team. Here it is, Jalen Ramsey, number 5 is already taken, so I'm giving him back his Jacksonville Jaguars number 20, 99 overall, superstar X Factor, Jalen Ramsey with the boost. Of course, he's a 98 overall without it. Out of Florida State, go Noles, baby. He is a Detroit Lion now. So I kid you not, in free agency, nobody, and I mean nobody, wants to play for us at all. I don't need Juju, don't need Bradbury, I don't need Rashad Penny. But nobody wants to play for the Detroit Lions. Mike Hughes is here again. Not even going to bother re-signing him. Nobody wants to be here, so I'm not even going to bother. So anyways, let's move in to the draft. First pick in the draft. I know it seems crazy. I'm picking Jared Verse out of Florida State. 6'4", 248 pounds, hidden development. Yes, I traded back in the draft. I would not reach this hard on Jared Verse, but he seems like a great player. My next pick is completely a crazy one. Bijan Robinson out of Texas. And you guys are going to be like, oh, why would you pick Bijan? Why would you pick Bijan? Because it's the best player available. Like, I didn't need anything else. There's a bunch of DBs on the board. There's a bunch of offensive linemen on the board. Bijan was the best pick on the board for the team. I'm taking Bijan here, whether you like it or not. And this is the team after the draft. Bijan's already an 82. He's starting over DeAndre Swift. I don't really care what anyone says. He's going to be the power player too. And I don't know why Romeo Okwara is starting over Jared Verse. That's not going to happen. Jared Verse is going to be moved from left end to right end. He's already a 5-star captain. Why? Thank you, EA, for your flawless game making each and every year. But I might cut Romeo Okwara here. So Romeo Okwara, yeah, I'm going to cut him. Yeah, I do not want Romeo Okwara on my team if he's going to cost that much. Adjust lineup. Jared Verse should be specifically set to the right end position. It keeps putting him at the left end. Come on now. Let's actually move it. Right end. There we go. And it looks like the CPU is just better at drafting than I am. Okay, come on. There we go. Because they drafted this star development or better defensive back. I didn't draft him. And Wyndham. I don't know who this guy is, but they drafted him as well. Apparently, the CPU is just better at drafting than I am. So I'm fine with that. Works for me. Offensively, got to get Bijan Robinson back. I do need a tight end. Not going to specifically worry about it right now. And yeah, specialist like that. Jared Verse should be my rush right end. For some reason, it's not doing that. Tracy Walker, don't want playing sub linebacker. Jared Verse, I'm going to make sure he's my rush right end. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 2-5. Nice, guys. What's the problem? Defense sucks. That immediately needs to change. And do I switch into a 4-3? Because the 4-3 scheme is literally the only thing that ever works for me. I just might, but I probably won't now that I see how our defense is looking. But I'm just going to switch into the Kansas City defense. That's what I usually use. I use the 3-4 disguise. Someone told me Baltimore 3-4 disguise works good. Doesn't seem to be working good at all. So Kansas City and Dallas is back to what it is. And I think I just saw Bijan have X Factor. So I'm cool with that. And players ready to negotiate. Let's see who we're going to have here. As DeAndre Swift, got your replacement. I don't care. Sure, I'll offer you a base deal just so that way you can come back potentially. Yeah, I don't care. And Jeff Okudah, I will overpay for this even though it's really not even that expensive. And he does resign. Jonah Jackson, same deal. I'll overpay for this. And he resigns. Good stuff. Khalif Raymond can walk. Josh Reynolds. Nobody just wants to play for the team. Nobody except bad players, dude. It's really, really kind of annoying. But can't really do much about it. Breakout defensive lineman. Let's see who we got. Is it Jared Verse, Aiden Hutchinson? So maybe he could get X Factor in this week. I highly doubt it. You want 0 rushing touchdowns and hold to 50 or less rushing yards. I don't think that's going to happen, bud. DeAndre Swift trade offers, you know what? I think I'm cool with that. I think I would like DeAndre Swift trade offers. Trading away DeAndre Swift to the Bills for a second-round pick and just these 2 random players to get rid of their cap situation. Good trade in my opinion. I don't want DeAndre Swift on my team after getting Bijan Robinson. I'm just not going to let him hit the open market for free. So apart from that, guys, it's now time actually to look into the Scouting National Focus. I almost completely forgot about this. I think we honestly need to look into defensive tackle maybe, or, you know, outside linebacker, middle linebacker. I think middle linebacker is something we need more than anything else. Yes, we do need defensive tackle, but our defensive line is already pretty good. So apart from that, guys, it's now time to move into the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs going 4-13. Guess what happens in EA and Madden? Their studios are ran by a bunch of chimps because they are mentally retarded. We are changing the scheme to a 4-3 under because 4-3s are quite literally the only schemes that work in Madden. I cannot find any other scheme that works for a 3-4. If you don't like it, I don't care. Wyndham is just going to be my right outside linebacker, and I guess I do need to scout defensive tackle now. Why is Kirby Joseph behind? Why is he behind Tracy Walker? This is so frustrating. I hate Madden in every way, dude. They need to fix their game so bad. Stats and awards. Let's see what we got. Mid for Jared Goff, 29th best offense, and the defense was worst. Okay. 4,500 yards, 30 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. Bijan Robinson did not have a good rookie season. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 1,300 yards, 12 touchdowns. DJ Chark, 10 touchdowns, 1,100 yards. Looking at it defensively, Malcolm Rodriguez, 142 tackles for a loss, 18 for Aiden Hutchinson, sacks, 20 for Aiden Hutchinson. Yet we're still the worst defense in the league. 6.5 for Jared Verse, the rookie. 4 interceptions for Malcolm Rodriguez. Safety, 0 defensive touchdowns is 0. So, hopefully our new scheme proves to do us well, and it's now time to move into the offseason. DeAndre Swift loses to the Cowboys as Dak Prescott wins the Super Bowl MVP. Cowboys fans, listen up. That's something you'll never hear again in your life. Jalen Hurts wins the league MVP. Looks like Cooper Kupp on the Rams. Jalen Ramsey's former team wins the Super Bowl. Wins the Offensive Player of the Year, not the Super Bowl, my bad. But Offensive Player upgrades. Let's see what we got. Looks the exact same. Bijan does have X Factor. I did mention that before. Come on. DJ Chark has 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns, and he still has normal dev. So lame. Aiden Hutchinson gets X Factor. Jalen Ramsey. Kirby Joseph gets Superstar, even though Tracy Walker was starting over him. That doesn't make any sense. But, yeah, we definitely need some defensive tackles here. The other rookies, all of our rookies actually, were only star dev, but that's fine with me. Team looks pretty good. I'm hopeful for the next season. Let's move to the re-sign players. Matt Prater retires on the Lions. That's fine. Don't really care about that. I can just draft another one. Players ready to negotiate. Let's see who we're going to have, as it is going to be everybody I do not care about. They can all walk. And apart from that, guys, it is now time to get into free agency with $92 million to spend. So once again, in free agency, nobody wants to play with us. Rashawn Gary, I don't care about. These are the available players. I offered on 2 defensive tackles, and Fletcher Cox and Ed Oliver, gave them both very player-friendly deals, and they still don't want to play with us. Nobody likes us because they want to be in a warm weather state, and that's it. They just want to be in a warm weather state with no state income tax. We can't do anything, unfortunately. So apart from that, guys, sorry to say, we have to skip out on free agency again. Let's get to the draft. Hate to say it, but if nobody wants to play for a team, we're going to have to force them to. Going from warm Tampa Bay all the way up to Michigan. Vita Vea is on the way for pick number 4 in the draft. Totally worth it, in my opinion. In the second round, I'm picking up middle linebacker Roman Donald out of Auburn. Average speed, hidden development, 6'3", 244. In the third round, I'm picking up left guard Troy Barber out of Louisville. Hidden development, 6'3", 300 pounds, and 83 strength, and I'm going to move him to right guard. And in the third round, with another third round pick, defensive tackle David Money out of Washington. I can tell you already, this draft is money. I'm hitting on all my picks here. A finesse moves, B awareness, hidden development. He looks great. Now, this is the team after the draft. I'm going to take Barber and move him to the right guard position officially. And I did draft a tight end in the third round. He doesn't seem to be too good, so we still have a tight end problem after trading away TJ Hawkinson in real life. So we may have to fix that in free agency. Defensively, I do want Donald to move to the left outside linebacker, so that way Wyndham can move back to the right outside linebacker position. Officially move him there. Wearing number 15 as a linebacker is kind of gross, but it's whatever. And can you move back to your position, please? Thank you. Money, I'm going to move up. And yeah, we should be good. Money, Vita Vea, Donald, I'm going to move up. Tracy Walker, I honestly just want to cut, if I'm being real. Yeah, I'm going to cut Tracy Walker. Don't want him on the team. He takes up money. He's a second string player. Drew Sample it is as our new starting tight end. What a great pickup, guys. But I guess we will need to trade for a tight end down the line. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 5-1 top of the division. This 100% goes to show you that it's all about schemes and nothing else. So let's see what we got here for the scouting national focus. What do I need particularly? Maybe, sure, I guess I'll get another receiver. No, I need a tight end. I need to stop neglecting tight end and forgetting about it. What am I doing? What am I doing? I need to select the tight end position. There we go. Got the tight end position, and we should be on our way to being a good team now as we are 5-1 here to face the 6-1 Seattle Seahawks. But let's see what we got for the players ready to negotiate. Why does Drew Sample not want to be here, dude? You suck. Nobody wanted you in the first place. You're lucky you even got on the team. Amon-Ra St. Brown. I don't care if you don't want to be here. You're staying, and you get re-signed. And Penei Sewell, same deal. I don't care if you don't want to be here. You're staying. Re-signed. Taylor Decker. I'm fine with you staying. Let's up the money just a little bit, though. And he re-signs. And Jared Goofball does not want to play here. What is his motivation? He wants to be in a warm weather state. Sorry, bud. Can't do anything about that. Yeah, can't do anything. Can't change Michigan's weather. I'm not the globe. But we'll see. We'll see what he wants later. But I'll just give him one player-friendly deal, and if he accepts it, he accepts this. And I could find a better offer in free agency. I guarantee you could not. But anyways, it's now time to move in to the playoffs. And just like the midseason mark, we're here to face the Seattle Seahawks, but this time we get home field advantage as we are 11-6. They are 12-5, coming off a win to the Green Bay Packers. Did they slip in at 9-8? The Packers did not. We pushed them out. We're the only team in our division to make it. Good stuff. Love to see that. Stats and awards. Told you guys it's all about the schemes. And Jared Goofball did amazing. Holy shit. He did really good as he's only top 5. Really? Tom Brady on the Seahawks? Oh my God. EA's rosters, dude. This is why I have to make my own rosters. I swear. Swear, dude. Let's see the rest of the stats and awards. Jared Goofball, amazing year. 5,300 yards, 42 touchdowns, and 15 receptions isn't great, but that's probably why I didn't win it. Bijan, not having an impressive... For being an X Factor, this isn't good, but he's only getting 251 carries. Amon-Ra, 106 receptions, 1,700 yards, 23 touchdowns. Holy shit, that's an X Factor. DJ Chark, I'm going to give him the star development if he doesn't get it, because 1,300 yards in the previous season, having 10 touchdowns and 1,100 yards, kind of good. And Malcolm Rodriguez, 151 tackles for a loss, 17 for Aiden Hutchinson, sacks, 15 for Aiden Hutchinson, 7.5 for Jared Verse, and Jacoby Wyndham with 6.5. Interceptions, 3 for Deshaun Elliott and 3 for Jalen Ramsey, who's kind of been quiet this rebuild, I'm not going to lie. Safeties, 1 for Aiden Hutchinson. Defensive touchdowns is 0. So, let's see in the second season if we can beat the Seattle Seahawks and move on to the divisional round. Can we do it? And we do. 35-24 here to face the 12-5 Carolina Panthers. I'm sure they have Jacoby Brissett as their quarterback, but let's see if we can beat them. 31-28. I still do want to see who their quarterback is. The Niners, I trade away my 4th round pick to them every single rebuild, but I want to see who the Panthers quarterback is. It is, Anthony Richardson. Okay. And the Niners, who is their quarterback, it is going to be Brock Purdy with Mitch Trubisky as the backup. That's probably why they're so good. But anyways, let's see if we can jump into this rebuild. Well, not to the rebuild, into the Niners Stadium to see if we can beat them. Let's move into it. Here we are at Levi Stadium. Niners strike first, 7-0, 7-7 now. And come on, go back the other way, please. Go to the right, please. Go to the right. Thank you. 10-7. 10-7 at halftime. 17-7, 2-score lead. 1-score lead now. And 17-7. 17-17 as tie game. And we change that. They tie it up again. Overtime, we score. They do not score. That's going to be it. Your Detroit Lions are going to their first ever Super Bowl with Jared Goofball as the quarterback. And the drought has ended for me. I no longer have a failed rebuild. I had 2 failed rebuilds in a row. So the drought has ended. Let's see if DeAndre Swift is still on the Bills. Let's see if he's going to get his revenge tour on us. James Conner, A.J. Dillon. Yeah, no, he got booted. He got booted from the Bills. They did not want anything to do with him. They realized he was garbage. But let's see the roster development upgrades offensively. Jared Goofball is superstar. Amon-Ra St. Brown's an X Factor. And I already said if DJ Chark didn't get star dev, I would give it to him because he's been having back-to-back great seasons and he's been getting no recognition. While Jamison Williams is star dev and he's been doing nothing for us. I swear to wide receiver 1 and slot wide receiver are the only players who get receptions in simulation. Wide receiver 2 gets nothing. Barber has superstar dev. That's sick. Defensively, Malcolm Rodriguez gets superstar dev. Donald only has star dev. Money only has star dev. And yeah, this team is shaping up really, really nicely. Kirby Joseph, I believe, already had superstar in the last season. Like the way the team is going. Let's see if we can beat Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills to cap off our first Super Bowl win ever. Here we are in, I believe, Arlington, Texas at the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. I'm pretty sure they put it in the Dallas Cowboys Stadium so that way they know the Cowboys would never get home field advantage as it is 7-14 in the third quarter. And we are up, obviously 14-14. They tie it up. 14-21. Just hold on. Just hold on. Yes, sir. We got this. It's locked up. 21-24 is going to be your Super Bowl final as Jared Goofball leads the Detroit Lions to the Super Bowl, and he cannot believe it. He would never think he'd be back here again because the rest of his team kind of carries him, kind of like how the Rams did. But let's move into the offseason. Your Super Bowl MVP is Jacoby Wyndham. Okay, Aaron Rodgers wins the league MVP on the Packers still. Interesting. I guess it's always just a rumor that he's going to be traded. Amon-Ra St. Brown wins the Offensive Player of the Year. Von Miller on the Bills wins Defensive Player of the Year. Okay, so where it's now time to move into the re-sign players because we've already seen the upgrades. In the NFC North, Aaron Rodgers does retire after winning the league MVP because he realized he could never win a Super Bowl again with the garbage Packers organization. But Why does Drew Sample not want to play here, dude? I mean, I'm not going to re-sign him, but, like, come on. We just won the Super Bowl. Same thing with Jared Goff. We just won the Super Bowl. I'm going to overpay for Jared Goff. Like, he just almost won a league MVP, and he does re-sign. There's no point not to re-sign him. We have so much money. Aleem McNeil can walk. Everyone else here just doesn't want to play, and they can just walk. We do have a lot of money, but we don't necessarily need anything specific for the team. So it's now time to move into the draft. In the first round, I'm picking up tight end David Matthews out of Penn State. Only normal dev, but look at these skills. A awareness, A break tackle, A pass block, A run block, A catching, A deep route. He looks crazy good, but for some reason, he's only normal dev. Okay. In the second round, I'm picking up middle linebacker Tanner Kaplan out of Clemson. Hidden development, 89 speed is crazy fast. 6'1", 234. He looks pretty great. And this is what the team looks like after the draft. Matthews is a 75 overall, so he is a good overall, just not a good development. Coleman, apparently the CPU picked up. He seems all right. Defensively, though, Kaplan is a 75 overall. That seems like a great pickup. And, yeah, defensively, we do look pretty good. Lucas, Harris. Yeah, this guy. Was this the guy that I picked? Josh Harris out of Notre Dame? Yeah, I did. In the third round, doesn't seem to be too good, unfortunately. But team looks great. Really just need to develop the linebacking core because Malcolm Rodriguez is the only one above an 80 overall. D-line looks great. Defense looks great. Offense is obviously dominating. Team is amazing. Don't need to really improve on anything. Just need to maintain the players. So let's get to the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 3-3, but we're at the top of the division, so that's all that matters. Scouting national focus. Do I go tight end again? Not sure. Let's just get another receiver. Why not? We don't really need anything else necessarily. So we are going to see the players ready to negotiate here as Jalen Ramsey does actually want to be here, surprisingly. And, okay, he wants more money. That's fine with me. Aiden Hutchinson, don't care if you don't want to be here. You're getting a shit ton of money. That's what you're going to get. And really, he wants even more money. Kirby Joseph, you do want to be here, so let's just increase the salary just a little bit just to make sure, and he resigns. Jameson Williams, player friendly, 5-year. Let's increase the bonus a lot so he stays, and he does stay. And John Horton, don't know who that is. Malcolm Rodriguez doesn't want to be here. Don't care. Very player friendly deal. I am overpaying everybody so that way they stay here. I'll give DJ Chark another 3-year. No long-term commitment, no deal. Dog, 3 years? Is that not good enough for you? Okay. This is very frustrating. Very frustrating to deal with players in Madden, especially when I give them the most amount of money I can possibly give them. Anyways, let's move to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs, here to face Anthony Richardson and the Carolina Panthers again, but this time in the wild card instead of the divisional. Coming off a loss to the Chicago Bears, we are second in the division behind the 10-7 Vikings. We would have taken the division if we beat the Bears, but Jared Goofball did pretty good. 18th best offense, though, doesn't really make sense. And the 12th best defense doesn't make sense either. 4,700 yards, 39 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. Bijan finally having a really good season. 16 touchdowns, 4.7 per carry, 1,300 yards. Amon-Ra, 1,300 yards, 16 touchdowns, continues to dominate. DJ Chark, 9 touchdowns, 1,000 yards. Jameson Williams, not Wilson, finally having a good season, 9 touchdowns, 1,000 yards. And the rookie did pretty good. David Matthews, 88 receptions, almost 1,000 yards, and 3 touchdowns for a tight end is pretty good. Defensively, Malcolm Rodriguez, 119 tackles for a loss, 18 for Aiden Hutchinson, sacks 16.5 for Aiden Hutchinson, 12 for Vita Vea. Josh Paschal, 7. Jared Verse only was 6. He's really been disappointing. Jalen Ramsey, 4 interceptions. He's doing good now. 1 safety for Aiden Hutchinson and 0 defensive touchdowns. But I'm not even going to bother hopping into the conference championship. I'll hop into the Super Bowl if we get there, but we've already won. Already a successful rebuild. Let's see if we can beat the Panthers. 31-13 here to face Micah Parsons and the unbeatable Cowboys. Can we beat them? And we do not. Goes to further prove my point. Anyways, let's move into the offseason. And the Bills beat the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. DeAndre Swift is not on the Bills, so he does not get his revenge on us. Gregory Rousseau wins the Super Bowl MVP. Josh Allen wins the league MVP. And there are no awards here for the Detroit Lions. That's fine with me. Let's see if there is any development upgrades. Maybe Jared Goff X Factor. I wouldn't assume so, though. Yeah, he doesn't get it. And David Matthews, I really want to give him a star because that was actually a pretty good rookie season for a tight end. But I'm not going to give it to him because I know people get upset. Defensively, though, we look... Oh, no, Kaplan has superstar dev. That is awesome to see, but still none of our linebackers are developing at the pace that I want them to. But doesn't really matter. We're about to get into the 4th and final season, so let's move to the re-sign players. In the NFC North, David Bakhtiari and Lakeland Tomlinson on the Bears retires. So we're going to see who we have for the players ready to negotiate. Jalen Ramsey was one of them. And for a second there, I thought he retired. Let's give him just a player-friendly deal. So that way he does resign 3 years, and he does resign. Aiden Hutchinson, I offered a bunch of money, didn't even want it. Malcolm Rodriguez, I'm giving you very player-friendly, resign. And he resigns, good stuff. Want to make sure I do get Aiden Hutchinson back. We have so much money. So very player-friendly, and I'm going to absolutely stack out your bonus. How does that sound? It better sound good to you. And he resigns. Good stuff. DJ Chark, he wants a long-term commitment, so I'm going to have to do 5 years on this. This is the final year, so it really doesn't matter to me, even though he will regress. Everyone else here, don't really care about. We already won the Super Bowl. We have so much money. I'm not even going to worry about free agency because the team is already stacked. So let's move to the draft. In the first round, I'm picking up wide receiver Jamichael Nobles out of North Carolina. Average speed, but he is 6'5", 235. He's a big guy, so that's why I did pick him. This is the fourth and final look at the team going into the fourth and final season. Coleman's only a star dev. Team looks pretty good. Nobles is a 75 overall with the boost. Defense looks great. Love the team, honestly. This was a really fun rebuild for me. So apart from that, guys, let's see if this team can make the playoffs and win the Super Bowl in the fourth and final season. Here we are in the playoffs here to face the Seattle Seahawks in the first round, going 11-6, second in the division behind the Vikings. Jared Goofball, average. Of course, we overpaid for average. Offensive yards, 15th, but the best defense in the NFL. That's what I like to see. This is a terrible touchdown to interception ratio. Bijan went crazy, 16 touchdowns, 5.1 per carry, almost 1,500 yards and not even 300 attempts. Amon-Ra, 1,300 yards, 13 touchdowns. Jameson Williams, 7 touchdowns, 1,000 yards. DJ Chark, it's probably his worst season yet, but it's still a decent one. And defensively, Malcolm Rodriguez, 109 tackles for a loss, 18 for Aiden Hutchinson, and 29 sacks for Aiden Hutchinson is crazy. Jared Verse with his first double-digit season. Vita Vea, 8.5 sacks. Interceptions, 5 for Jalen Ramsey, really getting involved now. 0 safeties, and 1 defensive touchdown for Jalen Ramsey. He's been very good for us in this rebuild other than season 1. Let's see if we can beat the 11-6 Seahawks to move on to the divisional round in the final season, and we do. 35-13, can we beat Anthony Richardson once again for the third time in this rebuild? And we do not. 27-17. We're going to move in to the offseason to see who wins the Super Bowl and the Super Bowl MVP. But thank you guys all for watching. This was a successful rebuild with Jalen Ramsey, Bijan Robinson, Jared Verse. Really enjoyed it. I'm a Florida State Seminoles fan. I'm a student there actually too. And yeah, it looks like Anthony Richardson wins the Super Bowl and the Super Bowl MVP against the Miami Dolphins. Looks like the Vikings have a new QB named Troy Allen. I have no idea who that is. Stephon Diggs wins Offensive Player of the Year. Aiden Hutchinson wins Defensive Player of the Year. But anyways, guys, apart from that, thank you guys all for watching. Let me know which team you will want me to rebuild down in the comments below next. And speaking of which, actually, about how overpowered this team was, we still have $102 million left to spend in available salary cap. That's how crazy good this team was. Mainly because we don't have to pay a running back. And we overpaid for Jared Goofball. But team goes crazy. Absolutely love it. Thank you guys all for watching once again, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.